If you are currently sitting in the finance office at a BMW dealership about to sign a lease on a 5 Series, or if you're browsing the Mercedes website convincing yourself that a C-Class is worth $60,000 just for the badge, I need you to stop immediately, put down the pen, and listen to me very carefully, because the geopolitical balance of the luxury sedan market has just shifted violently back to Japan, and the car that defined reliable luxury for 3 decades has just undergone a metamorphosis that renders the German competition overpriced and overcomplicated. Welcome back to EonDrive, and today we are looking at the silent assassin of the executive sedan world, the all-new, next-generation 2026 Lexus ES. For years, the ES was dismissed by enthusiasts as just a fancy Camry, a boring car for realtors and retirees. But for 2026, Lexus has taken the gloves off, injecting the DNA of the flagship LS and the sporty IS into a chassis that is wider, lower, and vastly more aggressive, creating a vehicle that finally bridges the gap between unmatched reliability and genuine emotional desire. We are going to conduct a forensic bolt-by-bolt deep dive analysis of this new baby LS, breaking down the spindle body exterior that dissolves the grille into art, the Tazuna cockpit that finally fixes the infotainment nightmares of the past, the controversial decision to kill the legendary V6 engine in favor of high-performance hybrids, and the price tag that proves you can still buy a world-class luxury car without bankrupting your future. Before we step into the sanctuary of silence, make sure you subscribe to the channel because every week we uncover the newest, boldest, and most future-ready vehicles on Earth. And if you love cars that change the game, you're in the right place. So let's meet the new king of rational luxury. The first thing you must process is the sheer exterior transformation of the 2026 Lexus ES. This is no longer the soft, unassuming sedan of the past, but a provocative, elegant statement piece that adopts the new Lexus design language first seen on the RX and the RZ. The front end is dominated by the spindle body, not a grille, but a body, where the traditional mesh pattern is no longer a separate piece of plastic bolted onto the front, but is seamless, carved directly into the bumper and fading into the bodywork in a gradient pattern that looks like liquid metal solidifying in motion. This improves aerodynamics significantly, channeling air around the front wheels to reduce drag and wind noise, contributing to a drag coefficient that rivals the Tesla Model S. The headlights are the new triple-beam LED units with BladeScan adaptive high-beam technology, which uses spinning mirrors to shave light away from oncoming cars with surgical precision while illuminating pedestrians in the dark. The silhouette has changed dramatically. The roofline is sleeker, adopting a coupe-like fastback taper that mimics the Audi A7, extending the rear deck to give it a more planted, athletic stance. The paint is where Lexus truly flexes its manufacturing muscle. Colors like Sonic Copper and Sonic Iridium are applied using a proprietary sonic painting technology that uses sound waves to flatten the metallic flakes in the paint before it dries, creating a mirror-like finish with unparalleled depth in shading that looks wet even when dry. The wheels have grown to 19-inch split-spoke alloys with a noise-reduction hollow rim structure that resonates at a specific frequency to cancel out tire roar, ensuring that the exterior beauty serves a functional purpose of absolute silence. The rear is defined by the full-width L signature light bar that wraps around the corners, emphasizing the wider track and giving the car a futuristic, unmistakable nighttime signature that commands respect in the fast lane.
But the physical structure is just the shell for the interior, or rather, the sanctuary, because Lexus has finally listened to the criticism and completely revolutionized the cabin experience. The 2026 ES adopts the Tazuna cockpit concept, a Japanese word describing the connection between a rider and a horse through the reins, meaning every control is positioned perfectly within reach, so you never have to lean forward. The dashboard is dominated by the massive standard 14-inch Lexus Interface touchscreen, which is optically bonded to reduce glare and features a processor 5 times faster than the old system, finally banishing the hated trackpad to the history books forever. The materials are exquisite. We are talking about semi-aniline leather seats that are stitched by Takumi masters, who must pass a test of folding an origami cat with their non-dominant hand in under 90 seconds just to qualify for the job. The wood trim is not plastic. It is open-core walnut or bamboo that is hand-sanded to preserve the texture of the grain, or in the F-Sport models, a Hadori aluminum trim inspired by the polishing techniques of katana swords. But the true luxury is the sound, or the lack of it. The 2026 ES features the next generation of active noise control, which uses microphones to detect the frequency of the engine in the road, firing canceling sound waves through the speakers to create a library-quiet atmosphere. Speaking of speakers, the optional 1800-watt Mark Levinson Pure Play surround sound system is an engineering marvel, featuring 17 speakers placed at shoulder level to create a soundstage that is perfectly coherent, utilizing Clarify technology to rebuild compressed digital music files into near CD quality, revealing details in your favorite songs you've never heard before. The ambient lighting system, called Thematic Ambience, offers 64 colors with presets like rainforest and sunset, allowing you to change the emotional temperature of the cabin instantly. Now, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, the specs, powertrain, and the death of the V6. For 2026, the beloved 3.5-liter V6 is officially dead, replaced by a lineup of hyper-efficient and high-performance hybrids that align with the Lexus electrified vision. The base model, likely called the ES350H, will feature the 5th-generation Toyota hybrid system, THS5, paired with a 2.5-liter Dynamic Force 4-cylinder engine. This setup uses lighter, more powerful electric motors in a lithium-ion battery to deliver 230 horsepower and, more importantly, a combined fuel economy of over 50 miles per gallon. This makes it the most efficient luxury sedan in its class, allowing for a cruising range of nearly 700 miles on a single tank. But for those who miss the power of the V6, Lexus introduces the new ES500H F-Sport Performance. This beast borrows the powertrain from the RX 500H, utilizing the 2.4-liter turbocharged hybrid setup paired with the E-axle rear electric motor to create the DIRECT4 all-wheel drive system. This produces a combined 366 horsepower and a massive 406 pound-feet of torque, launching the sedan from 0 to 60 in roughly 5.5 seconds. The DIRECT4 system is the magic sauce. It constantly monitors wheel speed and G-forces to distribute torque between the front and rear axles instantly, eliminating the front-wheel drive understeer that plagued older ES models, and making this new car feel planted, neutral, and surprisingly agile in the corners. The chassis itself sits on a stiffened version of the GAK platform, featuring laser screw welding and structural adhesives that increase rigidity by 30%, allowing the suspension to do its job more effectively and providing a ride quality that floats over potholes while remaining composed at high speeds. And finally, we arrive at the price, because this is where Lexus delivers the knockout punch to the Germans. In a world where a well-equipped Mercedes E-Class or BMW 5 Series will easily push past $75,000, the Lexus ES 2026 remains the champion of value. We expect the base ES350H to start around $46,000, while the top-spec ultra-luxury or F-Sport performance models will sit around $58,000 to $62,000. This means you are getting a fully loaded 50-mile-per-gallon, highly reliable luxury flagship for $15,000 less than the competition. But the value goes beyond the sticker price. It is about the cost of ownership. The Lexus ES is historically one of the most reliable cars ever made, holding its resale value better than almost any German rival. Buying a 2026 ES is not just a purchase, it is a financial stronghold. It is a car that asks nothing but gas and oil changes for 15 years, while offering a level of comfort and technology that rivals cars costing twice as much. It is the smart money choice for the millionaire next door, who values quiet competence over flashy badges. So, the verdict is clear. The 2026 Lexus ES is no longer just the sensible choice. With its new design and turbo hybrid power, it is now the desirable choice.
I have to ask you, would you still pay the German tax for a BMW, or is the new Lexus ES simply too good to ignore? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button if you value reliability, and thanks for watching EonDrive.